Hello and welcome to What I Eat in a Week, where I eat as in season as possible. It's currently winter. I don't know when you may or may not be watching this. For breakfast on the first day, I had a cup of coffee, and I'm also having an onion bagel with dairy-free cream cheese from Trader Joe's. I'm not fully dairy-free, but I just love this cream cheese, so it's really tasty. For lunch, I am having a salad with cabbage that is in season right now, and I am adding some pomegranates, not in season, but I just had them. I'm also adding walnuts, dairy-free feta cheese. I'm not dairy-free, I just have dairy-free stuff. And then I'm also going to be making a dressing. I'm adding green onions to the salad as well. So the dressing is lemons. Lemons are actually in season in winter. A little bit of mustard, some olive oil, and then I'm topping it off with a little bit of agave. And then I am shaking that up to get it all nice and mixed together, and then putting it on top of the salad. Since it is cabbage, I do like to do a little bit more dressing to help it soften up a little bit, and it's really tasty. And then I'm also, on the side of the salad, I'm also going to be heating up a veggie burger. This is the vegetable masala burger from Trader Joe's. It's not a typical veggie burger, but it's really delicious, and I recommend you all try it out if you tend to like veggie burgers. And I'm adding some hot sauce on top of that. For snack this afternoon, I am having some roasted red pepper hummus with just some plain pretzels. Don't mind that random egg in the background there. I don't know what that's for. And then for dinner, I am making a tofu veggie rice bowl. So I am just going to be cooking up some rice in my rice cooker. I rinsed it out a few more times than this. It usually takes me at least 3 times to get it for the water to be running clear. And then I just turn it on, and then it's nice and easy. And I am chopping up some broccoli and cauliflower to put in this rice bowl. And like I said, cruciferous vegetables are in season, so they tend to be less expensive if you tend to like these vegetables. You know, they're less expensive than they are in the summer, which is always a plus. And then I'm adding some water into the pan to kind of steam it. And then that top isn't for the pan, but it works. Do not judge me for how I'm cutting this tofu. I think my camera was in the way, so I couldn't really stand in front of the cutting board. I'm making up excuses, but, you know, chopped tofu gets chopped the same way. And I am frying it in some sesame oil. I spilled oats. Very upset about that. And then I'm just letting these all cook together. To the veggies, I'm adding some gochujang for some spice, a little bit of soy sauce, and then some seasoned rice vinegar. It just gives it a really good depth of flavor, and it's really, 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 really tasty. As you can see, the tofu is frying up. And then I'm fluffing the rice here. It came out really well. I love this little rice cooker. If anyone wants a link, let me know. And then I am plating it all up. So I add some rice, putting the veggies in, and then also the tofu. This is my favorite way to eat tofu. And then some carrot ribbons on top of there as well. And some sesame seeds. And then on top, I am adding some green onion. And then I'm going to put a little bit of mayo, or like Japanese mayo, on top of the tofu. And then that's it. It's all so delicious, and I recommend. On day 2, I actually have a really long day. If you didn't know, I'm in school and I have an internship right now, so I really have no time. So I am prepping my breakfast the night before. I'm just having some oats. So these are instant steel cut oats with some almond milk, some flax seeds, some walnuts, some cinnamon, and some agave. And then I just mix it all together, and I put it in the fridge overnight to try to just soften up a little bit, because steel cut oats can be kind of stubborn. And then for lunch, I'm also doing the night before. I am having some leftover pasta. It's just like a veggie pasta with the salad that I made yesterday or today, I guess, when I was prepping it. And that's also just going to go in the fridge overnight until the next morning. And then this is the actual morning. So if you can see, it's dark out. I'm up really early. So for breakfast, I'm going to have the oats and the banana. And then I'm also bringing the lunch. And then I am packing it all up in my trusty lunchbox. And then I'm getting ready to head out for the day. But I forgot my coffee, and there we go. I can't leave without my coffee. By the time I get home, it's dinner. It's very late. I wanted something really easy. So I am making a kimchi fried rice. So that is some chopped cabbage. I added some kimchi, some of the leftover tofu from the day before, some of the leftover veggies from the day before. And I'm cooking that all up, a little bit of extra rice. and some more gochujang, some soy sauce, and some more rice vinegar, and a little bit of agave. It's really easy to just have leftovers on hand for quick dinners like this, so I like leftovers for that. I'm adding in an egg, and I cook it on the side first so I can actually get like egg pieces rather than have it like fully mixed in to the rice. And then I'm just adding some green onion on top, and it made a really delicious, quick, filling, awesome dinner. On day 3, this is really realistic. I'm running behind again. So here I am making my coffee to go in my sweater that matches my coffee maker. For breakfast, I'm bringing banana and orange. And then for lunch, I'm literally just throwing together what I have. So that's a leftover salad, carrots, tofu, and some rice. And it actually was really delicious during the day. And then for dinner, I am making like a Mediterranean quinoa bowl. I was in a yoga class and the idea to make this for dinner came to me, so you guys are all seeing it come out. So first I'm cooking my quinoa. You do have to rinse quinoa, but I have pre-rinsed quinoa from Costco that I've found that I don't have to rinse, which is really nice. And then I am chopping up some cauliflower and broccoli. Again, I am gonna put some olive oil, and I have like this Mediterranean spice that I put on top, and then some red pepper flakes. And fun fact, I don't have an actual oven, but I do have this toaster oven, so it's really nice to just like roast some veggies on the counter in my apartment that I have. And then I had some tempeh in the fridge for protein, so I'm chopping that up in a bowl, and then I'm adding some peri peri sauce on top, and then I actually let that marinate for a little bit. There's lots of orange going on. And then after it marinated for a bit, I am sauteing it in a pan just to crisp it up and so it can cook with the flavors. And then I'm making almost a Mediterranean salad salsa type thing. So I have a roasted red bell pepper. I chopped that up with a scissors. And then also red onion, I'm chopping that up. And then also I am finally chopping up some cucumber as well. And then once I'm done chopping it, I'm mixing it all up into a bowl with some of the dairy-free feta cheese, which is so good, as I mentioned. And then as a little bit of a dressing, I am putting some olive oil, some red wine vinegar, and then a little bit more of the spice. I can report back what's in the spice because I'm not really sure what's in it right now because I finished it that night and threw out the bottle. But then I just mixed it all together so it can marinate. And then the quinoa finished, so I plated up some mixed greens. I put some quinoa in there. I put some of the tempeh in there. I put some of the veggies in there. I put some of the Mediterranean salad in there. If you can't tell, I love like medley bowls like this. And then I just topped it off with some tahini to give it a nice nutty flavor. So on day 4, it was actually snowing while I was making my coffee, so look at that. And then I have this rainbow bagel from the grocery store. I bought just like a variety pack of bagels, and this was one of them in there, so that's what I had this day. And then for lunch, I actually made this orange cake. I'm going to do another video with like desserts for winter, so that's from that. And then for dinner, I just made leftovers of the food that I made the day before. So that's the tempeh, the quinoa, the veggies, the salad thing. I microwaved it with the greens in, forgetting that like if greens get hot, they get wilted. So I added a bit more on top when I was finished. And then I actually also added some hummus on top, the roasted red bell pepper hummus. And it was really good. Like the hummus was a really good addition. So next time I make this, I'm going to add hummus the first night. Anyway, and then for dessert, I had a little bit more of that cake with an orange glaze that I made. On day 5, I'm having coffee as usual, and then I believe I was working from home this day or something like that, so I had a little bit of time in the morning to make breakfast, and I am making an apple cinnamon oatmeal in my rice cooker. If anyone is interested in doing like a quick rice cooker video, please let me know because I have a lot of meals that I just make in there that are so easy when I don't have time. And I'm adding the steel cut oats and almond milk and cinnamon and agave. I accidentally bought instant steel cut oats instead of the regular oats, so they do take a little bit longer to cook, which is annoying, but I've grown to love the texture of them. They just have a really good texture, and I want to try to make a savory oatmeal someday soon. But now after it's cooked, I'm just plating it up, and I am adding some sliced apples on top to give it a little bit of crunch, and then some almond butter, and then I'm also adding some cacao nibs to give it a nice like earthy taste, if that makes sense. For lunch, I am doing another Mediterranean medley, and I am finishing out the tempeh and the veggie mixture, and then I'm also adding some lettuce, some quinoa, some more of the salad, and the hummus. And like I said, this is really nice to have so many leftovers because like I could just like quickly plate it up. And then for dinner, I am making a veggie pasta. So I'm adding some onion. Usually I like white onion for this, but I just only had red onion on hand. Some red pepper, some red pepper flakes, some dried oregano, some dried basil, some of the frozen garlic from Trader Joe's, a chopped veggie sausage, and then also some broccoli that I got from Trader Joe's. These bags are so helpful when you're out of broccoli. You can just like throw it in the microwave and it'll just cook it right away. And then I chopped it up with some scissors, and I'm heating up some rigatoni on the side. And then when that cooked, I added a little bit of rigatoni, a little bit of pasta water into the veggie mixture, and then some Parmesan cheese to try to make it a little cheesy, but that cheese is kind of old, so it didn't make it that cheesy. And then when I'm plating it up, I'm just adding some greens for extra fiber on the bottom, and then some of the pasta. And I'm adding some cheese on top and some red pepper flakes on top, and it was really delicious, actually. I love to eat my pasta with chopsticks. I think it's like the best way to eat it. On day 6, I'm having another, you guessed it, bagel. This time it's pumpernickel, and I'm actually making a bagel egg sandwich. I'm just frying up an egg in some sesame oil. I like to fry eggs in neutral oil because they have a high smoke point. And then I'm just adding some cream cheese onto the bagel as well. And then I'm adding the egg and some hot sauce. I think that pan that I have makes this perfect shape egg. And then I'm having it with a sumo orange, the best kind of orange. It's snowing again. How beautiful is that? And then for a snack in the afternoon, I'm having this kombucha and then also some popcorn. And I think this was the weekend, so I woke up a little late. So like my breakfast was like my lunch. And then for dinner, I'm having some leftovers. So this is leftover roasted cauliflower, actually with some miso glazed salmon. This is like, I skipped a day, so like I made this the day before, and then I added some carrots into that and some balsamic on top of the salmon, and it was really good. I just wanted to include this day because I felt like I wanted more content in this video, and it was another realistic what I make in the weekend. Oh, this is something I didn't show. So I had that every night, like a probiotic tea, and then that day I also had some bananas and chocolate. And thank you all so much for watching and joining me on this video. I know this format is a little bit different than I usually do because it is voiceover and not the captions on the footage. I know that can be maybe an adjustment, but just due to my schedule this semester, it's a lot easier for me to do it this way. But please let me know if there is anything else you would like to see. But if not, I will see you all for the next video. And thank you so much for watching and joining me. And I hope you all have the greatest day ever. Mwah. Bye.